Hello and welcome. I am Silas Goldman. My guest today is Roopesh Shetty, who's AVP of Operations with global outsourcing company V Technologies. Roopesh, thank you for being here. Roopesh is going to share with us some of the highlights from his recent released white paper, Importance of Robotic Process Automation in Healthcare. Roopesh, there's a lot going on in the industry right now. So what's happening in healthcare that drew you to write about this topic?
Ian, thank you, Silas, for having me. Like you said, there's a lot going on, especially in last 7 to 8 months. But RPA is not in existence in last 7 8 months. It's been there for much longer than that. However, it has definitely picked up a momentum in last few months, since we all got hit by COVID. So first and foremost, I want to emphasize on the fact that when you talk about RPA or robotic process automation, it's not relevant only to healthcare, but it's across any industry. And so you think about a process, you think about any industry, RPA is applicable there. Obviously, since we are going to focus more on the healthcare side, I'm going to touch a little bit on technology side. Now, if you see the whole healthcare technology evolution, I think 20, 25 years ago, I think we all didn't even imagine that there's going to be all medical records are going to be in an electronic format, but here we are. And that has opened many more doors from the technology point of view, from the automation point of view. So and the next evolution was from electronic medical record to rule-based engine and coding, computer-assisted coding. And RPA is further from these technology evolutions that I just mentioned, where it has been relevant for a long time. And in last 6 to 8 months, the importance has picked up primarily because of the way every healthcare institution is struggling with their internal process. So the first step, implementing this RPA will improve the overall efficiency of the process and thereby help you in cost savings. So that's where I primarily picked up this topic to make it more relevant to the time that we are in and the industry that we are in.
I think we can all agree that the speed of innovation is as high as it's ever been. If you don't mind, share with us just a few key points of your paper that you want everyone to walk away with.
Sure. Hey, when you think about RPA or, again, want to emphasize on robotic process automation, what it does is basically, it takes the human action, but that's not just it. It takes human action combined with your workflow and business rule to generate a meaningful outcome. So, that is so if you think of any mundane routine activity that a person can do or is doing at this point of time can be automated using a bot. So that's where the whole thought process came from, and how it is. The paper talks about how it is more relevant, in the healthcare industry, and what we can do using the RPA, and some of the challenges, advantages and challenges, that we have that is associated with the process. Because let's be, take it for granted that there is no product, that you can just, buy, take it off the shelf and fix, put it within your process and it will start working. You have to put some time and energy and efforts to make it work. And that's what RPA is all about. But once it starts working, the ROI is much greater than what you will be, you are normally seeing doing a manual process.
Right. And thank you for that, Roopesh. That is a very good point. Quite a few people are timid about technology and automation. A lot of it is the fear of the unknown. What advice do you have for people that might be timid about getting into the world of automation?
Right. And that's true. And I don't blame it. It is two-way. Now, automation helps in terms of improving the efficiency. Eventually, in a way, it will replace some of the manual interventions or manual, people who are doing the same task, but it's also developed by human beings. So, it's a combination of a guy who understands the software, but also a guy, person who understands the process. And anyone who is going to work, there has to be a meeting of the minds to make this process work. So anyone who are involved on the process side as well as on the technology side have to work together to make it work. So there is a conflict of interest, but at the same time there has to be a patience along with the willingness to get it done, so that you see a meaningful outcome from this part. So I would say just patience and some initial time investment will help us to get an ROI that we are looking for.
Roopesh, thank you for your time today. I'm sure that the audience is going to enjoy learning about your perspectives and pulling from your vast experience in this industry. To learn more about Roopesh's paper, The Importance of Robotic Process Automation in Healthcare, please visit us at vtechnologies.com to download the full version of his white paper. Thank you.
Thank you.